Artists, today we are going to finish our clay birds that we made. They have now been fired in the kiln, so they are less fragile, but we still need to be really careful because they are like glass and they could break. So to add color to our birds, we are going to be using oil pastel. And we're going to put that oil pastel right on top of the clay. Anywhere that you want a color for your bird, you're going to want to use that oil pastel. And you're going to notice that you're not going to be able to completely cover those in because we added texture, but I will be showing you what happens to those spaces that don't have any oil pastel on them. So I am going to just take some time and fill my oil pastel in with my bird. I'm going to hit the edges, and I could do different colors for different parts. So I don't have to do purple on everything. I could change a color when I get to the wing. So when I get to the wing, I could use a different color. But I'm going to aim for my best to completely fill in my bird with oil pastel. Now when you get to the eyes, try really hard to cover those eyes up with white oil pastel. I know it's hard to see, but you want to cover those eyes up with white. And then don't forget the beak. So I'm going to pause the video and take a minute while I finish coloring my bird in. Now that I have filled in my bird with the colors that I want, the next step is we are going to be carefully carrying these birds over to a station to dip into ink. This ink is very messy, so I'm going to be wearing a glove, and I am going to dip your bird right into that black ink. And what happens is all of those spots that we didn't touch with our oil pastel are going to turn a nice black and gray color, so that way our bird doesn't have any white spaces left. I'm going to be putting that bird onto a plate for you. And I know that the plate might not have your name on it, and that's okay. It's just to catch all of the ink that's left. And I want you to carefully take this back to your seat. While our bird is drying on the plate, and it doesn't take very long, we are going to add the bird's legs. So we need 2 long pipe cleaners and 2 short pipe cleaners to help us with our legs. And we're going to hold the long pipe cleaner up, and we're going to take that small pipe cleaner, and it almost looks like an upside down lowercase t, or maybe like an upside down or a sword, and we are going to take that small pipe cleaner, lay it right on top of the big one, and then this little middle toe that's hanging out, we're going to flip it around and down to help us secure the toes onto our bird. Now, these edges might be a little bit sharp, so I'm just going to fold them up so that way they don't hurt anybody if they get caught on them. So now the edges of my toes are not as sharp. So once again, it looks like an upside down lowercase t or like a sword. I'm putting the small one on top of the big one, and that little middle toe goes up and around to secure it. And then we're going to fold those edges in so that those sharp edges of the pipe cleaner won't cut anyone. Now we have 2 legs for our bird. And I'm going to put some beads at your table, and you may choose 3 beads for each leg. And these beads should slip right on your pipe cleaner. So I'm going to have a pattern of yellow, orange, and yellow. And I'm going to do this on each of my legs. Now that my little legs have 3 beads on them, I can attach them to my bird. My bird should be dry by now. So I just need to take the leg, and I need to insert it into the bottom, one of the bottom holes that we made. And it's going to have a little hook at the end, and I want you to twist that hook around to secure your leg onto your bird. So once and twice. So I'm going to put that pipe cleaner into the bottom hole. I'm going to hook it around, and I'm going to twist once and twice. Now that our legs are attached, we have one more pipe cleaner that we need to add to the top so that we can hang our birds up. And you can choose a different color, but you attach it the same way. So one edge of the pipe cleaner goes in through the hole, and we loop up. That gets twisted around to secure it. And then the other edge comes around, and we twist that around to secure it. Now we have a hanger for our bird.